Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, the Republic of Lugansk and Donetsk, they celebrate 8 years from their referendum, or referenda, held that legitimized their status. So I choose to look a little bit into this, and in 2014, uh, there was a referenda, and we read that um, referendum on the status of Donetsk and Lugansk Oblast, part of Ukraine, uh, took place on May 11, 2014, in many towns under the control of the self-proclaimed Donetsk and Lugansk People's Republics. This referendum sought to legitimize the establishment of the republics in the context of the rising pro-Russian unrest in the aftermath of the 2014 Ukrainian Revolution. Now, the Ukrainian Revolution actually occurred, you can call it a revolution, but uh, I'm not going to go into who and how that was conducted, who supported it, who promoted it, who and all that. But we already know that. The thing is that it says a counter-revolution on Dnipropetrovsk Oblast was held in some Ukrainian-controlled parts of Donetsk and Lugansk Oblast. The result of the separatist referendums were not officially recognized by any government, including those of Ukraine, the United States, and the countries of the European Union. Well, that's not the whole international community, so right? That's what 24 plus Ukraine 25 plus United States. That's 26. How about let's say 30 countries out of 194? But not recognized by no one. We know that. The Ukrainian government said that the referendum was illegal, and a number of nations such as Germany and United States, France, and Britain said that their referendum was unconstitutional and lacked legitimacy. The Russian government expressed respect for the results and urged a civilized implementation, and later announced recognition of the republics on February 21st, 2022. Oh, so someone recognized those republics, and those were recognized through a referendum. The will of the people. Remember, democracy lovers. Hey, what's going on? Wake up! Becoming the first and only UN member state to do so. Okay. Well, referendum in Donetsk, 11th of May 2014. Location, it was in Donetsk, obviously, majority voting. So we have yes, 89.07%, no, 10%, 0.19, invalid ballot, 0.74%. Now, if this would be the outcome of a democratic election, let's say in France, that would be called a smashing victory of the candidate that got 89.07%, right? So reported voter turnout 74.87%, and then that was in Donetsk People's Republic, and then 32% Internal Affairs Ministry of Ukraine. So that was so it says the voters was 3.2 million voting ballots needed to be produced. So the cover of all regions registered voters, 3.2 million voting ballots needed to be produced. They began to be printed on 29th of April, and printing continued for 8 days after that. The ballots used had no protective measures, blah blah blah. Okay, that was not good. How much it costs, and then we'll go to the. This is from Wikipedia, so it's you can blame me for using that, but I tried to look at different places and I couldn't. The result: the referendum organizers stated that 2,252,867 voted in favor, so 2,200,000, so 2 million point 25, let's say, voted in favor self-rule, with 256,000 against, on a turnout of nearly 75%. These results could not be internally verified. Okay, now let's see the Lugansk Oblast referendum, which occurred on May 11th, 2014. Location, Luhansk Oblast, Ukraine. Yes, 96.2%. No, 3.8%. Reported voter turnout, 75% in Lugansk People's Republic, 24% Internal Affairs Ministry of Ukraine. So voters could select yes or no in response to the question, do you support a declaration of state independence of the Lugansk People's Republic? Very straightforward. Yes, no. That's it. The authorities of the Lugansk People's Republic stated that the turnout was 81%. All right. Estimates said 94 to 98% of those who voted did so for separation. The final results were 96.2% voted for separation. Well, so then the will of the people. We like democracy, don't we? Don't we? Yeah, so it was illegitimate. Why? Because it was not constitutional. But an overthrow of a government is constitutional. An armed and violent overthrow of a legitimate, democratically elected government. Is that constitutional? No. So if that's not constitutional, then what's going on? What should we do? If that was not constitutional, then how this is not constitutional? So, you know, you gotta make up your mind what, how do you call it? What standards you use. You can't just pick and choose based on, or you can, but then you don't expect people to agree with you, or at least have legitimacy. Remember? Well, we don't go to the reactions, because the reactions, some said no, some said yes, some said yeah, democratic system, democracy works. The thing is, today, those two regions, independent regions according to their referenda, celebrated today. There are some videos on YouTube you can watch, and I looked over some articles in mass media, and I found in some Ukrainian newspapers, and you can imagine how the words were, what words were used over there, and so on. People who don't like democracy, I guess, right? So democracy is good only when the outcome is the will of the people, basically, right? So we have the will of the people. We should the will of the people should be respected, the majority, right? That's democracy. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.